Alright, hello YouTube, this is Ahio. So this week I'm going to show you how I approached making a Devin Townsend-esque song. So first thing that we need is research. I have compiled a YouTube playlist where we have different things about Devin Townsend, how he does stuff. Then I asked my friend for a list of reference tracks that sound like Devin. Then I analyzed those songs, wrote down the notes. All of them were in open C tuning, so C, G, C, G, C, E. And I tuned my guitar to that. Devin uses guitars with EMG pickups. I have a guitar with EMG Ace Z pickups. He uses actives, but this one is passive, so oh well. Anyway, I started by watching the Tune Track Metal Month live stream when it was live. I recorded it, and then I noticed that it was also available on YouTube. So I linked it on the playlist. So all the links are in the description box below. And I noticed that he recorded all his guitars in stereo, so that's what I also did. I recorded all my guitars in stereo, and it has the delays that he uses, like stereo delays. I used them and I printed them to the tone, and I did not record DS because that's for pussies. So I committed to the tone, and every time I printed the synths that I made and removed them from the session. Because Townsend's sound is pretty much all about layers. He uses them a lot. And when you check the video where he makes the Stars song, he kind of cheated, and as he added in some synth tracks that he made before coming into the session. And it took me about 4 hours to do this song, which is kinda alright considering that I tried to do it in the style of Devin Townsend, even though the major downside for me is that I am not Devin Townsend. This guy on the left is Devin Townsend, this guy on the right is me. Alright, so let's get jamming. Alright, so this is where I started my session. It has a guitar sound on the input. First I wanted to make it mono, so let's close this session and open the next one. Alright, here I have recorded a bass line, and now the guitar sounds like this. So it's in stereo instead of mono. And the bass sounds like this. And the drums sound like this. And I'm using the Slate, but you know, Devin is known to be a tune track guy, but I don't have any of those, so just a simple setup. Anyway, then when we move on, alright, here we have the choir. So here's just synth choir. Then I sang a few choir thingies myself. And these are all tuned to shit. So if we check the tuning, for example, on this, it's just a straight note. So if we now listen to it again, the vocals that I made, and then we add the pad. And now we have some guitars already in the session, so the first guitar that comes in sounds like this. Basically, these two are the main rhythm guitars, and I have panned them so that they are hard left, hard right, and then the other one is panned just a bit center, so 25% and left and right. was the first part that I recorded for this song. The drum beat is actually almost the same entire song, it just changes what the cymbals and fills do. So let's close this one. Alright, so now we have another synth in here, which is called the Amber. Alright, and in context it sounds like this. Then the next one. Alright, now I have this pad. This is the C part that did not exist before. So let's listen to that. And the pad is doing this. So basically just playing the chords of the song. Alright, so then I have also added these effects for the uplift and downlift. And in context. I think then for the we are missing the D part that doesn't exist yet. So basically the C part is the chorus, A part is the verse, and B part is the pre-chorus. And the structure is basically the same as on many of the Devin Townsend songs. So here we have intro, A, B, C, intro, A, B, C. Then we have a D part. I was gonna make an E part, so a solo, but I just didn't. Then we have a C, and then we have an outro. So basically same as Christine, just different lengths. And same for the hyperdrive, basically the same thing. A, B, C, A, B. Well, it doesn't have a C here, but it has a D. But yeah, very similar to most of these songs. So it has a verse, chorus, C part, D part, E part. So basically this could be summed down as a D if you just like think of in terms of repetition, they do not repeat. Anyway, so the next phase of the track. So it's the intro drone. Just a single note. Really low. Gives it a bit more low, and instead of having a bass guitar, they kinda blend well together. And I think it's just didgeridoo or something like that. No, Indian flute, just really low. Alright, so the next one is the mellotron in the verse. Is also from Sample Tank, called Dirty Orchestra. And mellotron is supposed to be sound very kind of not that great, and it's basically doing the same thing just in different octaves. So if we basically remove everything that's not in this octave, it's the same. So basically this is the pattern. It's playing the same pattern as the guitars are playing. So, or actually it's playing the same pattern as the bass. So if we solo those two. But when you add the other, alright, this is the reason why I really need a new computer. The session is already at max latency, but it also doesn't help that I'm recording the video. Anyway, so next phase, I think it has the B part arpeggiator, which was really heavy even without me recording the video. Yes, I was right. So this is the thing. And it's just codex preset called 8-bar sequence. I don't think I did anything to it, so. No, it's not this. Anyway, one of the arpeggiator presets. Can't remember which one. Anyway, in context, it sounds like this. That's one of the reasons why I really wanted to print synths, because as you notice, accidents happen. Next we have basically recorded everything, so let's check the D part first as instrumental, so coming from here to and then I recorded vocals. Again, a lot of layers, so if we just listen to the vocals.
Just fly. Just fly.
This one is empty.
Just fly.
Like I said, they are tuned to shit, so. And then we have a really, really long, really nasty sounding modulated delay, so. And yes, it was one take and it hurt like shit. So these three in together. Then
I can call this place my home.
a bit more grit.
I can call this place my home.
And no grit. And together everything.
I can.
Looks like the drums disappear, so unfreeze. Even though I have nothing on the master bus. So the last one is just basically mixing. This is the finished session, which has I would say minimal amount of anything. I printed out the drums as 4 different tracks. It has kick, snare, toms and cymbals. Alright, so this is the finished session. So here are the drums. Then we have bass, guitars. This is the only automation actually in the entire session, so I didn't do a lot of that. So, basically on-off automation. Let's check the mixer. I marked down the screen with different color. So, the guitars have a sidewinder because they are in the center. So I just made them a bit wider on the sides, or louder, I'd say. And these are also wideners, but these are more compatible. These are the toms and the cymbals. This is just a peak limiter with 0.3 peak. And on the master bus we have a low cut and a high shelf boost. Nothing very special there. A bit of low end harmonic enhancer. Then mono maker on the low end and then making top end a bit more wider. Then a limiter. Nothing really special here at all. Bass has R bass. Actually I'll turn this off so it's easier on the computer. So let's check the drums. Alright, so the reverb is nothing special, it's coming from everything, just a different amount. So if we check the sends, minus 20, minus 6, minus 6, minus 1. Nothing special I'd say. So, and then the bass, it has the R bass, gives it a bit more low end. Again, nothing very super special about that. The codex has a limiter on it, doing not much. Basically just keeping the level even, giving a bit of distortion from the compression. Then for the Mellotron we have a reverb, because I thought it was a bit dry. So basically the default settings when you open the reverb. Couldn't be more simple. Like I said, the guitars have the sidewinder, a bit different settings, but nothing really special about that. And there's the vocal that we already checked. And the vocal bus has an de-esser, just tames the S's. Then we have a compressor and a limiter to keep the level even. That if I routed this vocal to the vocal group, it started to pump really nasty. I'll demonstrate it to you. Groups, box. So that's why I took it off and it goes straight into the main bus. So if you have a problematic track like that, just keep it off from the group processing. Then for the vocal reverb we have first a reverb, then a delay. Nothing entirely special about those, and then we have a BX solo to make it wider. Also forgot to mention on the inputs, this BX solo is used so that it's only listening to the right channel instead of the left channel where I also have my mic, so nothing special there. So for the pod farm I use basically the default settings that you get when you open the thing, and then this pedal settings. Really nothing special there. Then just to get a bit more top and low end, and then we have the stereo delay, 10%, 12%, a bit different delay times to make it wider, and then we have a reverb. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments about this session, please write them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching and make good music.
Just blood. Just blood.